January. Dutch Harbor, Alaska. Today, the fleet returns for the opilio crab season. The most ferocious and deadly months on the Bering Sea. After a short break to see loved ones, the men are back and ready.
We're headed out for the 2008 opilio season. I'm thinking about all the crab I need to catch.
Opies is my forte. I'll go up and I'll nail it out of these crab.
On the Cornelia Marie, Captain Phil Harris finishes an expensive overhaul of his main engine.
Yeah, that was an expensive fix.
$40,000 Band-Aid on a $70,000 engine.
Across the docks, the mighty Northwestern Warriors are back. And while they may be tough enough for the Bering Sea, they're no match for the flu.
Everybody's sick on the boat, that's the problem.
Statistically, opilio season doubles the mortality rate for every fisherman, brave or foolish enough to take on the Bering Sea. And for North American deckhand Dave Ness, this truth has hit home especially hard. 2 weeks earlier, his younger brother, Jeffrey, was killed.
I'm going to be thinking about Jeffrey this whole season.
I think he broke his neck on the rail, between the rail and the dock, in the water. They got him back. Next thing you know, he's gone. I mean, we grew up together. And that's just a few days ago. So it can happen right at the dock, man, and that's the problem. You know, you got to wonder, is this going to be our turn?
When you lose good guys out here, it hits home.
The fleet moves out.
Hey. Matt's eating the herring, that's good. We didn't need to remind anybody this time.
140 miles to the south, the Wizard's been slowly driving through the storm since they left late out of the gate. Within minutes, 40-foot waves begin colliding with the Wizard from every direction. Deep underwater, a single massive current moves counterclockwise. When it hits the continental shelf, it splinters into multiple smaller currents that rise and create a phenomenon known as confused seas. For Keith, getting the pots off the boat is his first priority. But the Wizard is currently riding waters 900 feet deep off the southern edge of the Aleutian Basin. If Keith drops the gear, he'll lose his pots and have to return to Dutch. After 5 hours, Keith finally reaches the edge of the continental shelf. He orders the crew to drop the first 2 layers of pots. Cornelia Marie Captain Phil Harris set all 180 of his pots throughout the storm. On deck, the crew pulls the first test pot after letting it soak for 8 hours.
Yeah, we're right where we need to be with the crab. There was 350, 400 in that pot in 9 hours. That's big fishing.
But without warning, one of Phil's engines begins to overheat.
I don't understand. I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. The sad part about the whole thing is I spent $40,000, $50,000 so this wouldn't happen.
Phil might as well have flushed the cash down the toilet. The second alarm signals a complete system failure. Just 48 hours into the opilio season, Captain Phil must turn back to Dutch Harbor. 52 miles to the southwest, the Wizard made it through deep, stormy waters to the Opie grounds. But just before they dropped their last string, the hydraulics give out.
When the hydraulics don't work, it affects everything. The bait chopper won't work, the cranes, the launcher, the block, the coiler, anchor winch, nothing works.
I want to know immediately what's going on.
Okay, well, I'll be up in 2 minutes.
All right? No, none of this relaying through the house, relay through the wheelhouse.
All right.
And now they're in a position where they're scrambling to try and get it fixed so they can come up here and say, stop worrying, everything's okay. But you know what? That's not how you do things on a boat. Everything goes through the wheelhouse, period.
You know, I'm tired of playing happy-go-lucky. Lenny's a stud. My brother's the greatest guy in the world. These guys are all pieces of